Lesbian Nazi hookers abducted by UFOs and forced into weight loss programs. All this week on The Cooper and Anthony Show.
So yesterday we were talking about all the drama going on with Adele and how she had to cancel the beginning of her residency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she had all these things that she had to work out, and we heard that it was the set, and then we heard that it was something else, and it was COVID, and it was stage fright, and that she was going to kind of get her shit together and basically just cancel the one weekend and then start in a couple of days. Well, it's official. Adele has canceled the entire Vegas residency indefinitely.
You have got to be kidding me.
This is according to a couple of insiders. It hasn't hit the mainstream yet, but there's a lot of music insiders that are already posting about this. So here's what's really interesting. So we had heard that she was not getting along with her set designer, but that's all we heard. We thought it was just like a personality clash. Now we find out, okay, so here was the idea. So Adele was going to be standing on the stage in the middle of like a pool, and there was all this water. And as she sang, more water was going to happen. And then eventually she was going to be kind of like lifted up on this, I don't know, some kind of apparatus so that it looked like she's walking on water.
Doesn't Cirque du Soleil do the same thing?
I don't know that they do water. Well, maybe they do. You know, it's funny. I saw Helen Hunt was in a production, a Shakespeare production at Lincoln Center. And I don't remember anything about it other than the fact that it was raining on stage, and then she was like walking through water on stage. And I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's literally raining on stage in a theater. Like, in a movie, it's one thing. But, you know, to be raining on a stage, I was like, wow, that's fucking cool. So that's what she was planning. So I guess the whole pool thing didn't work out. She ended up calling it a baggy old pond. That it did not look like what it was supposed to look like. That was the set issue. Okay. So that's thing number one. Now we're hearing from Page 6 that during rehearsals, she barely made it to rehearsal because she'd be on the phone with her boyfriend. She has the dude's a sports agent. His name is Rich Paul. And okay, so they were reporting that she was on the phone screaming at him and then crying and then screaming at him and then crying. So I'm thinking that she's having an anxiety attack having to perform, and he's trying to talk her off the ledge like a good agent would, even though he's not her agent, but that's, you know, he goes into agent mode, and that she's just screaming in general and just crying over this whole thing. But no, it's the fact that their relationship might be in tatters. So here she is trying to rehearse, and the two of them are having like a relationship blow up right now.
Yeah, so he's on the phone. She's on the other side of the phone, and he hangs up the phone and goes, "It's Adele, it's Adele, it's Adele." I got to keep telling myself it's Adele. And if I didn't, I would run. You know, just another, that's got to, no.
Yeah. Well, so I thought, you know, everybody's freaking out because she's canceling this tour. I feel bad for the people that already bought tickets and bought airplane tickets. I hope they get refunded for everything. But, you know, she's not the first artist in recent history to cancel stuff at the last minute or cancel in the middle of everything. First of all, she's done this before. If you remember, she had canceled one of her tours because she had vocal cord issues. Do you remember?
Right. That was that was during her first tour that she did a couple of shows and then had to cancel the rest because she couldn't talk, she couldn't sing.
Right, exactly. Which, you know, that makes sense. I mean, you know, you're supposed to be up there singing, and I've had throat issues. You and I have been through this together where I've had to take a night or two. I didn't take a night or two off. I talked like this instead. But yeah, you know, I've had vocal cord issues too, so I totally understand.
Yeah, and you're not singing at that level night after night after night, and she was. So it's understandable.
I'm not even talking at that level.
Right.
Yeah. So Kanye had canceled his Life of Pablo tour. Remember that was the one where he had the floating stage that Taylor Swift sang about in Look What You Made Me Do?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? So I saw that tour, in fact. He canceled the entire last month, the whole month of the tour, because that's when he was having his big mental breakdown. So he had gone up on stage. The night I saw him, he got up there, he sang, he said thank you, he left. The next night, he got up on stage and he just ranted for like an hour before he even sang the first song. And I was like, oh, man.
That's the show I wanted to go see.
I saw the wrong night. I saw the night where he actually performed. Yeah. So he ended up canceling the entire tour because, his mental breakdown. Selena Gomez also in 2016, she canceled her tour because she was now she has lupus, she's told us. Mm-hmm. And I guess she also has anxiety and depression. And she has linked the two things and said that they're connected, but she was having really bad anxiety and depression in 2016, had to cancel the tour like right in the middle of the tour.
That's got to suck because a lot of times Ticketmaster does not want a refund.
Yeah.
Right. It could be a pain in the ass to get those tickets back because the artist says, I'm going to make up that show. And that could go on for years and years and years. And Ticketmaster is not going to give you back your money because it didn't happen. So you could eat those tickets, probably.
Well, I think if the artist cancels, you get your money back.
I don't know, but the artist never cancels. The artist always reschedules. So, like Adele is not canceling. She's saying we're going to reschedule the dates, which that could never happen.
Yeah, I think that she's canceling this for good. That's what I think. But, Drake had been performing. This is when he was doing his Summer 16 tour in 2016. Mm-hmm. So he was out there performing. He injured his ankle really badly, but he was like, nope, show must go on. And he was like performing with an injured ankle, and I'd kind of be like, I paid for the full Drake. I didn't pay for the broken Drake. But so the problem was his ankle was so badly injured that every time he powered through, it made his ankle worse. So finally he had to absolutely cancel a huge, large chunk of that.
You wimp. Because Dave Grohl threw out his ankle during a show, and the backstage guy held his ankle together while he finished the show. So he finished half the show with a guy holding his ankle together so it wouldn't fall out.
That's funny.
He didn't cancel. He continued to go. And if you ask him about it, that's still one of his favorite shows he's ever done. Because the guy's holding his ankle from falling apart the whole time.
Yeah, but that was one night. If he had like another 2 months on a tour, he couldn't do it.
He still went out the next night. They wrapped it up. They put the duct tape on it. He had the guy hold it for a little bit, and then they went out and did the show.
Yeah, but these are two different bands. So Drake is all over the stage, and there's dancers and performers, and it's a whole show. It's like Lady Gaga, Foo Fighters, they just stand there and play instruments. They just stand there and sing. They don't have to move. You don't need your ankle.
No, he's all over the place. So you do need your ankle, and that's a real man right there. Just hold it together. Come on, let's do it.
And, this is funny. And then every once in a while, you get the artist that has to cancel, and they make excuses, but the real reason. So, I remember Iggy Azalea had canceled her entire tour in 2015, the whole tour. And the excuse they gave is, well, we're having a really hard time finding an opening act. We can't seem to, lock that down. But then people were like, or she's not selling out. She's not selling tickets.
Anybody will open for her. If she's playing 5,000-seat arenas, you can find anybody to open for her.
Right. So the real explanation has to be that she really wasn't selling out the space.
Yeah. You weren't rushing to buy tickets to go see her.
Iggy Azalea in 2015? No.
No.
I stumbled into a land of freaks.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
I think you have Googled every ailment there is to know under the sun.
I either Google it or I WebMD it, or now I go to the Mayo Clinic because they have a really full symptom checker thing. Yeah.
Or you ask your doctor, or you have many doctors on speed dial.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know I've seen my doctor this year more than I've seen my mother.
So I want to see if you know the answer to these medical questions. Should I do CPR even if I'm not trained or certified, or at least I haven't been certified in a while? So somebody passes out, should you do CPR?
Absolutely. What you do is you call 911 and they walk you through the CPR on the phone.
Okay.
They tell you what to do on the phone.
Yes, I always do whatever you can, or no, leave it to the EMTs.
Always do whatever you can.
All right, that is correct.
Yep.
Do not hesitate, they say. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Should I use someone's EpiPen on them if they're struggling to breathe or blacking out?
Of course. That's what the EpiPen is for. Shove it on in there.
Yeah, so use it ASAP. Correct. When you perform CPR, should you do both chest compressions and breathing for them?
Only do breath because you're not an expert, and most people that do chest compressions, even EMTs, you can break their ribs.
Very good. You know all this. Is there a time window for successful CPR?
Oh, yeah, of course there is.
Small window or longer than you think?
It probably depends on what's going on with the person. If they're having a heart attack right there in front of you,
Just keep it going?
you probably only have a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they said you can keep it going as long as you want until somebody comes there.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. This is important. This is like a PSA.
I know. Can seizures cause a person to have dangerous pauses in breathing?
I'm going to say yes.
It is no, seizures don't affect breathing, or yes, they may stop breathing altogether.
I mean, I had a friend once have a seizure here in my house, and I had to call 911, and
Did
they
they
walked
stop
me through what to
breathing,
do. I wasn't paying attention. I was so freaked out.
So what'd you do? So they just dropped in your house?
Yeah. Yeah, and they were seizing, and I called 911, and I had another friend here who knew what to do, and he was holding down my friend's tongue so he didn't swallow it. And you're not supposed to do CPR in a situation like that. The 911 operator was just like, if he's get him away from anything, make sure there's nothing in his mouth, like no gum, no food, that kind of thing. So we had to stick our fingers in his mouth and make sure there was nothing that
But they
he could
can
choke
bite
on.
down on your finger, though.
Yeah, make sure nothing he could choke on. And they said, just basically let him seize until the EMT arrives, because you can't do chest compressions. You can't do anything like that when someone's having a seizure.
So we'll say no. They don't affect breathing. No, that's wrong. They can stop breathing. So
No, I'm telling you what happened to my friend.
yeah. So I picked the no. They don't affect breathing, but yes, it can.
Oh, okay. The people can't stop breathing.
All right. How about this? When somebody you think is healthy but faints during exercise, and they wake up just fine, do they still need to go to the ER?
Yes. Are you kidding me? Of course. Any opportunity to go to the ER, you go, girl.
You say yes.
Of course.
You are correct. No, because that's expensive.
It's worth it. Well, dying is also something you want to try to avoid.
Is it true that patients brought back from a cardiac arrest have reported hearing things around them when doctors were working on to save them? No, it's not
Probably.
possible. And yes, it is.
Probably. No, they probably have. I mean, you hear people all the time that are they have near-death experiences, or they feel like they died on the operating table and they heard everything going on around them. You hear those stories all the time.
If you have dangerously low body temperature, can you be brought back?
This is really creepy. Why are we still doing this? You're making me really paranoid now.
I know. That's why I like this. I'm going to say, yes, you can always be brought back if you're extremely cold. Because on house, they said you're not dead until you're warm and dead.
Cold and dead.
No, warm and dead. So if they warm your body up and you die.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so that is true. Love this. If you do CPR incorrectly, can that person then sue you?
Ooh. Look, anyone can sue anybody for anything these days. Would they win is a different story. Of course they can sue you. Everybody sues. People sue people for the stupidest stuff.
So if you do CPR on somebody and you break their ribs, can they come back? If they ended up dying, can their family come back and go after you and win?
I'm guessing they can't win, because I think there's probably some stipulation that if you're trying to save someone's life, you're indemnified against any kind of lawsuit. They can sue you, but will they win? Probably not.
No, do what you can to help. So you are correct.
Yeah.
But this still doesn't make sense, because just nobody can just start pounding on my chest if I pass out and then say, I was just trying to save him. Well, you don't know CPR. You're not a doctor.
Speaking of this kind of stuff, I have a lot of friends that are really into My 600-Pound Life
Mm-hmm.
and the 1,000-Pound Sisters, but let's just talk about My 600-Pound Life first. I've had a really difficult time watching that show. I wanted to watch it because so many people do watch it and they talk about it. And you know me, I want to be part of a conversation. And I've got a friend that's been watching it for years and he's always talking about it. But I feel wrong watching the show because it feels like people are gawking. These are human beings who are going through some terrible things in their lives. And I don't like the fact that people are like, I don't know, like it's a sideshow of some kind, you know, and it dehumanizes them and it upsets me. But then on the other hand, the purpose of the show is to humanize them and to have people look at people that are 600, 700, 800 pounds and be more understanding and more empathetic as to how they got that way and what the mental health issues are.
Them to be on TV though.
Well, what's interesting is they're not, but the people around them kind of are, because here's what happens on the show. So you have to weigh a certain amount in order to get the gastric bypass surgery. And that's the whole concept of the show, that they're trying to lose enough weight to get gastric bypass so they can start losing weight. So I was like, well, that's positive. That's a good thing. I learned two things from finally watching the show. Only 5% of people that get gastric bypass actually succeed.
5%.
Yeah, 5%. The other 95% end up gaining their weight back and nothing changes in their lives. That's very depressing. And then the other thing, this is so interesting when I'm so worried. I put on a couple of pounds and I'm like, I'm so worried about my health and what's going to happen.
What's
and
Dr. Now's phone number? Call him now.
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, too much.
It's not even that.
You fat. You eat too much.
It's like, if I walk too far and I'm like out of breath, I'm like, hope I don't have a heart attack. I've put on like 10 pounds. I look at these people and it's like, how are they not worried about their health? And also, how are they not dropping dead of a heart attack? Like, it's pretty amazing. Right. It's pretty amazing that their bodies are able to sustain their size and they're able to live. So for all my paranoia and all of every time I check my symptoms, if I have one little tiny thing, I think about these people and I worry about them because I feel stupid worrying about my little things going on.
Right.
And these people probably, have serious medical conditions either happening or right around the corner.
Now, when you watch that show, does it make you hungry or does it make you not want to eat?
No, it makes me not want to eat.
Yeah, it's like the show where the messy people live. What's that show?
Hoarders.
Does that make you want to clean your house, or it doesn't phase you?
Oh no, that makes me want to clean my. No, it makes me want to clean my house like crazy. But remember, those are the same show basically. The concept behind hoarders and the concept behind people that become 700, 800 pounds. It's the same type of obsessive compulsive behavior. So it's I don't want to say mental illness to make it seem like, they're crazy. It's not that. They have serious mental illness. The fact that when you get to 400 pounds, you don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
You keep going. There's definitely a major psychological component there.
Food is really good, though. And exercise really is hard.
Oh, nobody likes exercise, and everybody loves food and good food and sugar and terrible food. I mean, it's no secret. There's one guy that I was watching that he was doing really well on his diet, and the doctor's like, "But have you been snacking in between meals?" He's like, "Yeah, but I'm only having, what was he eating? Pork rinds."
Mm-hmm. Which are horrible and loaded with calories.
Right, exactly. And I was like, it's amazing to me that pork rinds are not on your diet, and who sits around eating pork rinds? that just
he had to be from the South. That's a Southern thing.
He was from, it is a Southern thing. It is a Southern thing. But I just like that kind of food. Like when I sit around and pig out, I feel like there's more delicious things than pork rinds. Like
people love them. I mean, it's like pickled eggs. They love them.
Yeah.
And I think back to the 60s, the 70s, and even the early 80s. Did we deal with 700-pound people, or is it something in the environment that makes people that fat.
It's a little bit of both. I mean, it's funny. I was watching the show and I was talking to friends of mine about that, about how many, many, many years ago, like back in the day in Coney Island where I grew up, they had the freak show, and they always had the
one
fat
person though.
And they had, but listen, they had the fat lady, and she was like 200 pounds. Now if you walk into a doctor's office at 200 pounds, they won't even do gastric bypass. They're like, girl, just, exercise and eat a little less. You'll be fine. Like 200 pounds. My mother's friend is a gastric bypass surgeon, and he said people walk in like 300, 350 pounds. He thinks to themselves, oh, you're a baby.
Yeah, come back next month when you break 400. I think it's high fructose corn syrup. I think that's
what it is.
Whenever that began, whenever it was 1979, 1985, whenever it was, that's when the whole world changed, and everybody got to be the way they are now.
Addicted. No, it's an addiction. See, they're not eating all the time because they're hungry or because it's nutritious. They're literally addicted to food. They have psychological issues that are akin to hoarding in terms of obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm saying that as a psychologist, which I never do on this show, but I'm saying it to you now because I can, and it is. But and it's an addiction. I mean, the sugar that's in all those foods, sugar is definitely something that we get addicted to. And it's not just sugar in candy. I mean, there's sugar in McDonald's. There's sugar in French fries.
We had sugar
not this level.
No,
not this level of sugar.
Sugar, not high
fructose, right?
Corn syrup. When that changed, we had sugar back in the 70s and 80s. Sugar was around, but it was this fake shit that's made out of corn that is making everybody fat.
Yeah. No, and it's high levels of depression as well. If you think about it, like when you're depressed, you don't care. You're like, I could care less what I look like. Just, pass the pork rinds.
Mm-hmm. Food makes me happy. Food loves me.
Right. It's comfort. So I just, I don't watch the show enough to know, but I hope that they do focus on the psychological aspects of it, and there are psychologists on the show that are working with these people and not just the gastric bypass surgeon. I didn't see any, but I'm sure if I continued to watch, maybe I would have seen.
Yeah, Dr. Now is great because he just yells at people.
No, I know, but he's a medical doctor. I'm talking about helping people with the psychological issue.
And they do that on hoarders. They bring in the doctor that tries to fix the brain, but I think the minute the doctor leaves, they go right back to it.
Not necessarily. I mean, some of them do, some of them don't. Medication helps. So the reason why it's obsessive compulsive behavior is because obsessions are thoughts, compulsions are behaviors. So if you can't control the thoughts, the thought goes right to the behavior, and you can't, it doesn't stop. So you have to control the thoughts, and once you put a stop to those, whatever those thoughts are, you can put a stop to the behavior.
Got it.
That's why it's OCD. That's the concept of obsessive compulsive disorder, and why that's linked to things like hoarding behavior.
Is it wrong for me to watch that show and want cake?
No, not at all. I mean, listen, those shows exist because I think those shows exist so you can be more compassionate for people. Like when you walk down the street and see somebody that is I said that to my boyfriend. He's like, but you're not going to see those people walking down the street because most of them can't.
Right.
Walk down the street. But when you do see somebody that is a much, much, much larger person, like 500, 600 pounds, it'll give you compassion for them, which sounds stupid. But I remember I told you the story that I had a really good friend for many years who was, I mean, not just obese, but like one of these super large people that we used to have to call ahead to make sure they had chairs she can sit in and that kind of thing. And we'd gone out to an event and she came, and my friend said to me afterwards, "You should have warned us." I said, "Warned you about what?" You should have told us what size she was, that you were going to be bringing a friend who's that large, so we could have been prepared and not reacted.
Yeah,
it's like, what? You can't fucking control yourself? Yeah, you are no longer my friend. Like, if that's your response, like I should warn her about you.
Yeah, you are a douchebag and never call me.
Listen, I have friends that are assholes and you're about to meet them. Sorry, you'll never have to meet them again.
She knows everything about everyone.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
The Cooper and Anthony Show.
So last weekend I went to go see Scream.
Oh, okay.
It's Scream 5, 6, 7, whatever the hell it is. My son has now gone to see it twice.
Wow.
So he's paid double the money to watch it twice. I'm telling you, it's not worth the first ticket. He bought 2. So
Wait, what do they charge for a ticket down where you live?
$9.
What? That's so cheap.
$9.
You know how much it is? You know how much it is here?
What?
$17.50.
$17.50 for one ticket?
Yep.
See,
I was at the movies today. I couldn't believe
what did
it.
you
I was
see?
like, well, I mean, I have my SAG card, and it's the SAG Awards, so we have to, as a SAG voter, I have to see a bunch of stuff. They give you a list of stuff that you have to watch, and you could just watch it at home on your Apple TV. It's fine, but there are a couple of movies you're allowed to go see in the movie theater, and I haven't been in a movie theater in 2 years because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I've had COVID. I'm triple vaxxed. It's going to be the middle of the day. There'll be nobody there.
There's nobody there at night on a Saturday.
I know. There was a giant theater, and there were 3 people other than my friend and I. So there were 5 people in the whole theater.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go see House of Gucci
Oh, did you like it?
because I had to see it because it was nominated, and I
Right.
got to see it for free. But I was curious as to how much. What's funny is, so SAG has this thing where they say you can see movies that are $15 or less for free, and then we were like, well, do we have to pay $250 because this is a $17.50
Right.
movie? And they were like, screw it, just go in. They just let us in.
If you can find
we're
a
not going to ask
seat,
you for.
you'll be fine.
Yeah, we're not going to ask you for $250. Just come on in. I did like it more than I thought I was going to. I don't know what movie Jared Leto was in. He was in a completely different movie. He was in like a rom-com, sitcom, 2-dimensional, like he was like Mario, he was sort of like, remember like Mario Kart, Mario?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what movie he was in, but even like his whole getup was just like, hey, what's the matter for you? Hey. It was so cliche. It was so like everybody else was in House of Gucci experiencing what they were experiencing, but Jared Leto was in some like rom-com.
Did you get to see Lady Gaga's boobies?
No.
Damn it.
It's interesting seeing it on big giant screens. There's a scene where she's laying in the tub. She's in the tub a lot. There's like 4 or 5 tub scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's lots of bubbles, and there's one scene where she goes under the water, and the bubbles are right over the nipples. You could barely see anything. I was like, oh yeah, sorry for the guys that are here that are like.
Spent $17. I got to see boobs, at least some boob.
You could see free boob on the internet, free.
But I want to see Lady Gaga boob.
You could probably see that free on the internet too. But you know what? The story was really about her, and she held that movie together. She was so good. When I think about all the years that she had hip surgery and knee problems, and her body's a mess from all those years of the tours that she used to do where she would jump out of the mouth of a fish, with those big giant shoes on. She has told us that she has been in so much pain for so many years. Acting seems to be the thing that is less taxing on her body, and she's really good at it.
Was Darth Vader good? What's his name?
Adam Driver.
Was he? See, all the previews I saw, he didn't look good.
Yeah, my only issue with Adam Driver, he's a very good actor, and I really like him. But in this, his accent it was the accent that was the problem.
You're right.
It was there, and then it wasn't. So he'd be like, I don't know, you want me to call them on the phone?
Like he forgot halfway through.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you give me this contract to sign? That was Adam Driver the whole way. So, but he's very charming, and I like him a lot. And the woman from Call My Agent, the lead woman from Call My Agent, the French actress, was in it. She was fabulous. Who else? Jeremy Irons was incredible, and. Oh my God, Al Pacino was amazing.
He's amazing in everything. He's amazing when he walks down the street.
This was next level amazing. In fact, he was so in this character that there's a scene where he's walking through an airport and he dragged his foot just a little bit because that's what this character would do. like even that, it was like, holy shit. Like he just has to, like they just said walk across the airport. And he's like, well, I'm fucking walking across the airport like this character would. Yeah. The difference was you were not watching Al Pacino. You were watching Aldo Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with Lady Gaga. I mean, she was Patrizia. Like there were times that I had to remind myself it was Lady Gaga. But for a lot of it, you were like, oh, look, there's Adam Driver in a wig.
Speaking half Italian.
Yeah.
So that made me think, going to Scream, what are the best horror movies sequels?
Ooh,
The
okay.
sequels. So, like, is Halloween 2 better than the original Halloween?
No.
No, there's no way.
Nothing's better than the original Halloween.
Number 20 is The Omen 2 from 1978, which I've never. I haven't seen the 1976 Omen, so I don't know anything about The Omen 2.
It was on the old TV recently, and I caught some pieces of it. I don't think that movie doesn't hold up over time, in my opinion.
19, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave from 1968. That's the Dracula number 2, I guess.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
Final Destination 5 makes number 18. You can put all
Let
those.
me tell you. Okay, let me tell. Final Destination 5 was the best Final Destination. It was so good that when I think of Final Destination, that's the one I think of.
Yeah.
That was the one in the in case you don't know, that's the one in the airplane.
And that's the one where the girl gets her eye done and,
Yes.
and her eyes open and it's the laser and all. Oh, that
Yep.
was great.
That was the best one.
Number 17, Bride of Chucky from 1988. And I'm telling you, no Chucky movies come even close to the TV show.
Oh, okay, good to know.
The TV show is awesome. Number 16, Halloween 3. That was the season of the witch.
That was good, but still not better than the original Halloween. I'm sorry, it just isn't.
Yeah, number 15 is Halloween from 2018.
Okay.
So that was, I guess, a sequel. Number 14, Dr. Sleep. That was The Shining Part 2, which I couldn't get through 5 minutes of it.
Wait, there was a part. There was a Shining Part 2?
Yeah, it was called Dr. Sleep. Came out in 2019.
Well, it wasn't better than The Shining.
I couldn't even, 10 minutes into it, I'm like, I can't with this. I'm turning it off.
Nothing's better than The Shining. I mean, this is the stupidest list in the world.
Number 13, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman from 1943.
You know what? Don't even, I have no reference to that whatsoever. I'll take your word for it.
Number 12, Scream 4.
Okay, so if you're a Scream fan, this is the one with Kristen Bell and Anna Paquin and Lucy Hale. Yeah. Everybody loved this one. This was the really good one. Emma Roberts was in it. Alison Brie, all your favorite TV stars were in this one.
Number 11, The Conjuring 2.
Yes, thank you. I loved The Conjuring, and there's a scene where the ghost kid claps out of the. That was the fucking scariest thing.
That freaked me out.
Yeah, when he claps out of the closet. Yeah, that still freaks me out too. But The Conjuring 2, scarier.
Number 10, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. That was a good one. 1987. That was the good one.
But I'll tell you why it was better, and hopefully you'll get to the Evil Dead series and we'll discuss that. But these movies, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, were better as they went on for the same reason that the Evil Dead movies were better, because they started so early and they were so low budget in the beginning that they were using ketchup for blood, and it was obvious. It was creepy, but it was obvious. The technology got better, the budget got bigger, so the movies got better.
Number 9, 28 Weeks Later from 2007.
Nah, 28 Days Later, way better.
Number 8, Army of Darkness.
Yeah, Army of Darkness, very good movie. Not as good as The Evil Dead.
No, nothing. I don't think anything is as good as The Evil Dead. Even if it was crappy and the technology sucked, it was still a great movie.
Right.
Number 7, The Exorcist 3. Never saw it.
No.
Number 6, Scream 2. This is the one from 1997 that had Ray Donovan in it.
Oh, and Drew Barrymore? Is that the Drew Barrymore one?
I think so. All I know is it had Ray Donovan.
Right.
Number 5, Evil Dead 2.
See, that's what I was telling you. So one night, Evil Dead is one of my favorite movies in the whole wide world. Like, not just as a horror film, just as this was Sam Raimi. This was before he did Spider-Man. He was the Evil Dead. That was his thing. So he did the Evil Dead, and he did it on like a shoestring budget with some actors that he knew, and that basically is what brought him to Hollywood. People were like, whoa, this guy's really good. They gave him a huge budget for Evil Dead 2. And if you watch them back to back, which I do a lot, so the Evil Dead
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's called Wednesday. The Evil Dead ends, and it's really cheesy. That's the scene where his hand is the funniest thing in the world.
Right.
Where his hand is possessed and he's fighting with his own hand. One of the funniest scenes ever in any film ever. And then Evil Dead 2 starts. The second it opens, the trees are swaying. And I mean, already the CGI has just the second, the credits haven't even rolled yet. The minute it just opens, the CGI is already there. And you're going to have a very different experience. So I think Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 are two completely different movies. You cannot compare them.
Number 4, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That came out in 1994. Number 3, Dawn of the Dead from 1978.
Have you seen that recently?
I think
you got to rewatch that. It's very good.
It's really good. Number 2, Aliens from 1986.
Better than Alien?
Yeah.
I think the original still has it over that one.
All right. Number 1, Bride of Frankenstein from 1935.
Yeah, I have no reference for that
I never saw any of those.
Can't help you there.
I think I would like those, but I never saw them.
I'm not a big fan of old movies, the black and white. I just find that the pacing is really boring. I don't have the patience for it. Today, watching Lady Gaga, who I love, as you know, in House of Gucci. I mean, that's a modern movie. It's happening right now, and I was bored.
Oh, shit, it's Upgrade.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
I love asking you work questions because, you were a boss, you were a program director. You have a really, really good work ethic. And I should tell people that I have a good work ethic, but I'm a little bit of a hothead. So, a little bit. So, I use you. Shut up. I use you in those scenarios. If something is blowing up, I've learned to not respond and I let you handle it. That is how you and I have been able to function as a team successfully for so many years. Something crazy happens. I don't storm into anybody's office anymore. You handle it because you're so good at the office politics and the office PR stuff. You're really, really good at that. So I always like to ask you every time a study comes out about work stuff because you're a really good source and a really good gauge of whether it's a yes or a no.
Okay.
Before I tell you the results, here's the question that was asked. Is it important to have friends at work?
God, no.
Okay, why not?
Because that's not a place that's not where you go hang out with friends. That's where you go to work. If you want to hang out with friends, do it after work. That's the one thing I cannot stand about offices and radio stations. You got to go there and hang out with your friends. You get a cup of coffee. You go hang out in their cubicle for an hour. No. This is time to work, not time to be friends.
Well, let me add this little wrinkle to it. People, let's pretend people are not working from home right now, or even if they are, I guess you can have friends and still work from home. When you are spending that amount of time at work, I mean, the thing that you and our job was only like a certain amount of hours, and then we had like events here and there. But there are a lot of people that spend 8 hours plus at an office or with other people. Don't you think that in that environment, it should be a little bit enjoyable? You should have people that you like or talk to or can relieve, like let off steam with?
No. I will prove it to you in one sentence on Monday morning. How was your weekend?
I know you hate that.
Oh, God.
Right.
We would get it every Monday morning.
And then what would we get on Friday?
What are you doing this weekend?
Right.
Oh, God. You know what? Just go to work. Get it done and then go home.
They were very interested in our weekends.
'Cause,
What are we supposed to be doing that they were so interested?
well, the one guy that always asked, he didn't have many thoughts.
Right, that's true.
You know,
right.
he had only a couple of thoughts in his brain at any given moment, so that was the one of 5 things he could choose from.
That's a very good point, yeah.
But no, I have a name for it at work that the Comedy Store is open, because you'll have 4 people in somebody's office and they're just laughing their ass off. So I guess the Comedy Store is open.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Work. We got shit to do. You're affecting me going home early because you are in a Comedy Store.
All right, so here's what the study found. The thing that's important that I will say overall, the study found you don't need to make friends, but you need to be friendly to get ahead in your job. Like, at least be friendly, at least let people think that you're open to stuff and you're not, somebody that they can't communicate with in case they need to. But the study found that 20% of people said that they had a best friend at work, not just a friend at work, but a best friend. Okay, so the study found this repeatedly, that there's a concrete link, meaning this is pretty solid, that if you have friends at work, like good friends at work, the amount of effort you put into your job is higher because you like them, you like the environment, you want everybody to be engaged with each other and be happy that they're there and work hard together. Like, being friends with people at work is actually a positive thing. It makes you work harder.
I don't believe that at all. I think that if you keep your head down, and it depends on what you do for a living. If you're
right, that's
somebody
true, that's
that
true.
works at Amazon in the factory collecting the things that come in, no. It's not
right.
good that you have friends. Keep your head down and keep moving forward.
Maintaining those friendships as opposed to just going to work and getting it done, this is the downside. So it's one thing if you have people that you're friendly with at work and then you leave for the day, they leave for the day, and bye, see ya. That's the environment you should be in that makes you more productive. But if you maintain friendships as opposed to just going to work and getting it done, that causes higher stress and emotional exhaustion because you have to maintain those friendships and think about them outside of work. And the whole idea of leaving work is to decompress and let that all go. So a lot of people that maintain too many friendships at work think about it when they're home. And then the real test is when you leave the job, most people, those friendships end.
This is not live. It's like a rerun.
It's a rerun.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Cooper, how are you?
I'm good. Now, Danielle, it is right now the Danielle Show, so take it away.
Fantastic. I was looking forward to that. No, I have been listening to y'all for quite a while now, and I just want you to know I am from Minnesota, and we do listen to you up here, but everybody that calls seems to have a southern drawl. So I just thought I would call with my drawl and let you know we're listening to you up in the tundra.
And you know what's so funny is the southern people call and they go, boy, all those Fargo people are calling.
Well, I like the whole music. You even have Jeff Foxworthy doing a Saab commercial, so that's kind of fancy there. But I just had to say I've been trying to get through, and I obviously do not know how to spell the word Cooper. So I can't dial. So I like your show. I like listening, and I'm not going to get into my complaints because it would be a long show. So.
Well, then, you know what, Danielle, get yourself a couple of sidekicks, and we'll have you back on, and you can it can be the Danielle Show.
Right.
Well, that's great. I'll put you on speed dial now so I can do it this time. So.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you for calling. Thank you for your kind words. That was very nice. Thank you. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
Heather, happy Open Mic Thursday to you.
Well, first of all, I want to say there is nothing wrong with the southern drawl.
There it goes. Okay.
Okay. I wanted to say that I think that the government needs to put a cap on the gas prices like they did back in the 70s. To stop all this.
Well, gas actually did go down $4 today a barrel. So it actually went.
Did it?
Yes, it went down today. So something might come out good. At least it's not going to go up.
Well, food prices haven't caught up with the gas prices yet. And if all the truckers go on strike, there's going to be people starving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least it went in the right direction today.
Yeah. Well, hate to be all gloom and doom. And I was going to say one more thing, that people need to be careful for ticks, because I got Lyme disease. I live in North Carolina, and you can get it here. So be very, very careful.
What is Lyme disease?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What is Lyme disease?
Lyme disease, it's a spirochete, kind of like syphilis. You get it from ticks. They bite you, and I got neurologic Lyme. It got into my brain.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And they say there's some legislation that's coming up right now called HR 741.
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody could call their state legislatures and ask them to co-sign that bill, and it goes into testing, and it also funds in for money for treatment and stuff, because insurance doesn't want to pay for long-term treatment.
They won't pay long-term treatment for Lyme disease? I didn't know that.
Well, if you have it after it gets into your central nervous system, it can require like a couple of years. I've been on antibiotics for 2 years now.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Heather, I'm glad you called to tell us about this.
Right. Oh.
So be very careful.
I'm never
Thank you,
going
Heather.
outside
Thank
ever
you.
again.
See, this would be a good use for a monkey. Go through your hair, pull the ticks right off you.
Or you can have the monkey walk in front of you, and the ticks will jump on the monkey.
Even better.
Right.
Hi, Warren.
Hey, Cooper. I was going to say that about the monkey. Train it to look for ticks.
I don't think you have to train them. I think they look forward to it.
Right. It's their job.
Hey, you're not going to believe this.
Uh-oh,
This
what?
didn't happen while I was there, but where I worked night before last, it's a store that's open 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
This guy came in to buy some cigarettes, and before he left, he grabbed the cashier's arm and put a big knife up her arm and robbed her. And she recognized him, didn't know his name, but recognized him as being somebody that came in quite often. And he, took some money. He took more than Chad's paycheck. And
well, you could find that laying on the floor.
Right.
And told her, okay, when I let go, you take, you step over here and don't look at me and don't move till I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
So, she did that, and he left. Nobody got hurt. He went on down the road. Last night, he comes back in the store to buy some ibuprofen.
No! Just like a regular shopper, like the other night never happened.
So he wasn't wearing a mask or anything?
No. And he comes back in last night and asks her where the ibuprofen is. So she takes him back to the back of the store so he can, choose the right medicine, and goes up and calls the police.
Did they get him?
They came and got him.
They did. Oh, I'm so glad.
So that type of, it really does happen.
I'm surprised that she wasn't afraid to be alone with him and took him down the aisle to show him, where he's going or what he's looking for.
She kept her cool and said, oh, yeah, it's right back here.
And they came and they got him.
Yeah.
Good.
And remember, whatever penalty he gets from the law, he gets 5 extra years for stupidity.
For stupidity. That's right. That's our rule here.
Oh, that's the minimum. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you, Warren. Thank you. That is a stupid criminal. I don't think. I gotta say, I haven't heard of a smart criminal in a long time. It can't be too.
Well, at least wear a mask. Wear a pantyhose on your face or something.
Wear a pantyhose.
Boy, you got a panty on your face.
But this guy would have walked in and said, "Wear the pantyhose." She would have directed him. Then he would have put it on.
Right, and then she wouldn't have noticed him.
Hi, James.
Yeah, then she would have never recognized him at all then. But
exactly.
Right, yeah.
I've got a question. You guys, I went, and you probably have seen the commercial on TV for that Buxton tote carrier thing where, she's got the little recorder and everything. Well, I ordered one because I've been wanting a Merce for so bad.
Sure.
Well, because I went, and I cannot stand whenever me and
wait, let me just say, for people who don't know what a Merce is, it's a man purse.
Okay. Well, the women have this big purse and everything. They put their cell phones, they put their wallets. I mean, they put everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Us guys, we've got to put it in our pockets, and, everything's bulging, and it's so uncomfortable. So I went and got this, and actually it's a nice little tote, and I got it in black, so it looks, masculine.
Manly. Plus it has the cute little cell phone section carrier thing. Yeah, on the top.
I've got a dinosaur cell phone, so it won't even fit in there, but that's fine. But it's been half and half. I've got some guy friends that do carry Merces or mail bags or whatever you want to call them, and I started toting mine around, and so I've been getting half good and half bad kind of reviews on it. So what are y'all's ideas about a Merce. Do you think a guy should carry one or not?
Anthony has one.
Does he?
Yep, he sure does.
Cool.
It's not. It's a big bag.
It's a Merce.
That's exactly what a Merce is.
No,
it's a big bag.
It's a big bag.
No,
it's
but
a
it's a
computer
Merce.
bag.
No, it's not. But it's not. It's not this big manly. It's a woman can use it too.
No, they cannot.
Yes, and it's fashionable.
No, you put a computer in it.
And it's fashionable.
You're high. No,
Well, that's
It's a
nice,
Merce.
though.
Yeah,
And you can put your keys in it in your wallet. You don't have,
And 75 microphones, tape
Right.
recorders.
Yep.
Yeah, I have all that in there. It's
Yeah.
a work thing. It's
There's
not
a diaper
purse.
bag on the side.
No,
And-
there is not.
And what the heck are buttermilk eggs? And that commercial, the girl says buttermilk eggs.
Oh,
No
she
idea.
does? On
Oh,
the Buxton?
buttermilk eggs. Okay,
Oh.
whatever.
No idea.
No, I'm teasing. But I'll have to say that Buxton bag is a really good product. So if anybody sees it on the commercial and you're tempted to buy it, it's only $20 and it works really, really what?
Yeah, I think it's a
Wow.
terrific. It's the newer version of
A purse.
No, of a what are those sacks used to call it? People used to wear them around their waist.
Oh, a
Messenger
pack.
bag.
Fanny pack. Yeah,
Oh.
it's the latest thing in fanny pack, but it's a little more fashion forward.
And we know
Yeah.
how cool those were.
Yeah, well,
A man purse is far superior than a fanny pack.
Yeah.
well, I am a victim of the fanny pack. I used to wear
you're
one
not,
all the time.
James. James, hand in your gay card.
Oh, I
immediately.
know. But
You're
hey,
not allowed to have a fanny pack and be gay.
now I've got the Merce, so it's fine.
Okay. And it's cute. I mean, it's almost like a little messenger bag. It's like a little tiny messenger bag. I think it's terrific.
And like in that commercial, when they say you can put 2 water bottles, I mean, you can fill the whole world in it, and you still got room in it. I mean, it does expand, and it's got a lot of room in it, so it's a good little fanny pack, or Merce or whatever. I keep wanting to say fanny pack, but
I say wear your Merce proudly.
I
Right.
do, and I will.
Good.
Get down the street.
And by the way, it's Open Mic Thursday, which means my microphone is your microphone. Whatever you have on your mind, a complaint or a song or a poem, whatever you got. 877-6-Cooper is the number. Hi, Jay.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you have a Merce?
Actually, right now I've still got a fanny pack, but I might go and get one of those bags.
You do not have a fanny pack.
Yes, I do. A great big fat red one.
Oh, so it's not even like subtle and small and black. It's red, so you really see you coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got first aid kits and the CPR mask in there, so I think I have an excuse.
Are you a paramedic?
I was an EMT, but my back has gotten so bad that I haven't bothered to recertify yet.
Oh. Oh, so you're good to have around, especially if you're someone like me who's a complete hypochondriac.
Right.
No, you wouldn't know. I tell you, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Your leg could be off and bleeding, but I know you're a hypochondriac, so I say, no, you're fine. You're fine.
I need to hear that. But I need to hear it with somebody with a stethoscope around their neck.
Do you keep dice in there?
Not well. Yeah.
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 Sorry. Go
So
on.
I can't imagine that's the only reason you called, Jay.
No, the reason I called, there was 2 things, actually. First, Mrs. J, Sherry wanted me to ask if Sean Lee is listening, if he could call in and do his Peter Griffin impression.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Sean Lee, please call. Oh, that'd be great. His Peter Griffin impression is fantastic.
Okay, and the other one, I heard a joke on the TV recently, and I knew you would love it.
Oh, go. Let's hear it.
Okay, what do gay horses eat?
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Is that right? Hey.
Anthony did that too well, didn't he?
Hey, girl. Yeah, you really did that very well. The fact that you did and the fact that you knew the answer was really impressive.
It's a joke. I know all jokes.
Okay, that's,
That's it.
You and your Merce. Just stay over there.
It's a computer bag.
Okay.
it's not. Oh.
Why is it bedazzled?
Why is it bedazzled?
It's a black leather computer bag.
No, but it looks like Paris Hilton owns it with all those
What are you
rhinestones.
talking about?
Hi, James.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Good. Now, James, it's Open Mic Thursday, which means whatever's on your mind. My microphone's your microphone.
Well, first off, I stand by my new tagline for your show. And after today, I think it's more than appropriate.
What, you stand by what?
My new tagline.
Yeah. Because we got to get rid of a smart talk about real life, because we never do that.
Yeah, I think it's the Cooper Lawrence show. It's not the end of civilization, but you can see it from here.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, Anthony, that's it. That's our new tagline. That's James. That's brilliant.
I told you last week that my little boy wanted to adopt y'all as his radio godparents.
Oh yes, and we said we'd be more than happy to corrupt him for you.
Right.
Well, he has now decided that on Open Mic Thursdays I'm to call in and give you news from Connor's Corner.
Oh, great! Let's hear it.
Well, this week he recently lost his first tooth, so he's really excited about that.
Mm-hmm. It's a very big milestone.
Oh yes, and it freaked him out too because when he lost it, he was freaked out because he couldn't understand how the tooth fairy got under his pillow.
They're magic like that.
Yep.
Yeah, but I took him on his first fishing trip yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And Anthony, have you taken your kids on fishing trips yet?
Yes.
So you can sympathize. They don't have the patience of a gnat.
No.
Right.
No.
And after several near misses with my ear and his hook, I decided to take off his hook, put a bobber and a weight on, and let him cast for 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
Good idea.
And you know, that child had the best time in the world, and he said he caught so many sharks.
Yep. They'll
was
cast
amazing.
all day long. Yep.
And he wanted to know if you he told me to tell you that if you want to come fishing, come down with us in Gastonia. He'll show you where to go.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'll go with you, James.
Well, you hook me up, dude, because I know a lot of the good spots, and it'd be nice to hang with somebody close to my own age.
Okay. Well, email me, James.
I'll do that, but
I'll bring my kids too.
Yeah,
How much did the How much did the tooth fairy give him for one tooth?
I gave him $1.
Oh,
the
how
tooth fairy
cheap
gave
is that
$1.
tooth fairy?
Wow, really? I used to get $0.25. That's pretty good.
I got $0.25 too.
My kids get $5.
Really?
I think too. He's the only grandchild, the only nephew, the only cousin. He's the only one of his generation so far.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets spoiled completely rotten.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no,
yeah.
that's not right. Cooper got a buffalo head nickel.
I did. And I liked it. Thank you, James. Thank you very much. And very good job, Connor. Okay, well,
It's been
this is Sean Lee's theme music because these guys are convinced that he sounds like the Bare Naked Ladies.
Am I on?
Yeah, hi, baby.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this is my husband, Sean Lee. There was a request for him to sing Peter Griffin doing the Beverly Hills Cop song.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do it right now. You want?
Yes,
Hi,
please.
everybody.
He's trained.
How's the toilet going, Sean?
Don't ask.
Yeah, he's ready to pump something.
Unless you want to get hurt, don't ask.
How's the cable doing?
Is On Demand working yet?
No, it's not.
The cable guy came
the
today
window's
to tell
open,
us.
though.
Yeah.
You got AC yet?
No.
No, not yet.
How's that divorce going?
It's going pretty good. So we're you know.
Something positive in your life.
Voir dire. But am I supposed to sing now?
Yes. So Sean, this is Sean Lee doing his version of Peter Griffin doing the Beverly Hills Cop song.
It's actually the bridge too, which is very good.
Oh, would you stop?
Stop that! I can't.
Come on,
I
stop
can't sing.
Let him sing his Peter Griffin song.
Why don't we? Sorry.
Go ahead, baby.
And another. There you go. That was it.
That was it. And if you watch Family Guy, you know that was dead on.
Thank you. That was so worthless, wasn't it? There's no need. Anyway, there are people on hold, right? So I should
This is why I love you, baby.
At least
Thank you.
get him a plug for his CD.
Yeah, 2M songs. Still now on Amazon, actually, too. So
Wow.
Oh, wow. So Sean Lee's now on Amazon and CD Baby.
So what hell is the rest of your night entail there, Sean?
I think she's got stuff to do after the show, so I'm going to have a few extra hours.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I got a friend in town, so I'm going to...
Oh, and unfortunately, the Sox aren't playing tonight.
No, they're not. So just they play this afternoon, right? So just watch some old movies or something and hope
And pray for death.
Yeah, pretty much. I hope sweet sleep comes quicker than normal.
He'll be drunk by the time I get home.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean Lee. Thank you.
He'll go back up to heaven where he came from. He's
That's
a
right.
saint.
Saint Sean Lee. Isn't he so sweet?
He prays for death every night.
Don't you? He was listening to the show. Somebody called and requested his little song, and he called in.
Every night with 15 minutes left of the show.
Please kill me now. Okay, so it's Open Mic Thursday, which means my microphone is your microphone, whatever's on your mind, a joke or a song, or you want to yell at Sean Lee or Anthony or anybody or me, you're more than welcome to. 877-6-Cooper is the number. Hi, Ed.
Hey. This is Ed with 2 Ds.
Hello, Ed with 2 Ds.
Hey. I was just calling in complaining about work today.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I seen the Family Guy episode though.
And that was pretty good, right? That's how it goes.
It was great. It was great. Golly. But yeah, I'm complaining about work. I drive a front end loader, and for this whole week, all I've been doing is painting trailers.
How come?
My boss man, he owns about 10 trailers in a trailer park, and he's had me over there painting trailers all week, and I want to drive my front end loader. I don't want to paint trailers.
I just want you to know, Heather, who called earlier and said everybody sounds like they're from the South. Ed, you're not helping me out here.
I'm not. I don't sound like I'm from the South, do I?
No, not at all.
And you're painting trailers all day, Ed. You're not.
Shoveling snow.
I'm painting trailers all day. I'm not from the...
Are they nice trailers or just like single wide trailers?
Oh, no, they are nice. They are nice. Oh, as a matter of fact, the one I just painted today is for rent. You want to rent it?
Sure. You know what? No joke. We're going to get kicked out of our place. We need a place to stay.
Oh, okay. This is a 3-bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
2 baths.
How much is it?
It's got a garden tub. It's about, I think, $350 a month.
Wow.
350?
Yeah.
Where
That's
at?
really good, actually.
Where's it at?
Gamewell.
What state is that in?
It's Caldwell County, Lenore, North Carolina.
Okay, got it.
Can I park it in the parking lot?
Can you
of
move
this
it
radio
anywhere
station?
you want?
Well, I could, yeah. I can get my loader. I can get my front end loader. I know it'll pull it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
As long as you can drive your front end loader, you're fine.
So if we need a big hole dug, Ed with 2 Ds is our man.
This is great news, Ed.
If you need a big hole dug, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Ed with 2 Ds can do it.
Thank you, Ed. Hi, Elaine.
Hi.
Elaine, what's on your mind tonight in this open mic Thursday?
Well, I'm kind of complaining for everybody that I work with.
Go.
I work for the government. It's not that big of a job. But anyway, in customer service, well, we deal with a lot of contractors, and they come in our office, and they just it's in the way that they treat us. They'll lay all over our desk, and then whenever they go to pay, I had this one guy throwing his money at me, and I thought he was having, thoughts of the night at the strip club, because the way he was throwing his money, it was
Was he waving singles at your breasts?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
He was throwing one bill down, then another and another, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? Crawl on the floor and pick it up?
I know, you're like, I don't give lap dances here.
Yeah. These guys just kill me, and that's just our one office complaint.
Isn't there security around or somebody you can call over?
No.
Oh.
It's just complete invasion of...
Make it a rain. Come on.
Coming to the stage now.
Elaine! Get the dollar bills out, boys!
Make it rain for Elaine!
She's only here for one night! Come on!
Oh, Elaine, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. That's annoying. That's really annoying.
Wow.
Elaine's not her real name. Her real name is Cinnamon.
Cinnamon Elaine! Make it rain, Chad. Make it rain.
And the mic is now closed.